Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. So let's begin. See, first and foremost thing is before we recap, please pay attention. This is very, very, very crucial. See, we all are business owners. So one thing that has to be done in business is we all as business owner, we have to get involved with marketing. Okay, marketing is the lifeline of any business,
You can take me,
right?
like my Aranda. They are
One
very strict
second, I
one.
am muting.
I'm very loose.
My
Yeah.
Zoom is today behaving so differently. One second. Okay. Okay, if you all can please mute yourself and unmute when you want to speak, it will be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Content creation, marketing.
Okay. So the thing is, we as business owners, we have to focus very importantly on marketing. Okay, marketing is the lifeline of any business. This is like the important thing. So all you have to do is when it comes to marketing, you have to be good in content creation. What I mean by content creation is whether you create a social media post or you have to create an ad banner, whatever it is, you have to be good in content creation. And whatever we are seeing yesterday and today is a part of content creation. See, if you have to create an audio or if you have to create a video, it takes so much of skill and also effort and also time. Whereas with this skill that you are learning, which is Canva, it is quite easy for you to create content. Say if you want to promote something, you can easily create an ad banner. If you want to create some social media posts like, okay, today I did a yoga class, um, we have to put a post, or I did this project and this project is in this status. Whatever it is easy to create using Canva. It takes so less time. Once you get familiar with this, it takes super duper it's super duper easy, and it takes very less time to create content. All you need is it's an eye to create content, and that is very crucial. So that is very important. So with that note, we will start recapping what we saw yesterday. um, okay, so first and foremost thing is
You have to make
we
like this pictures in the
okay.
rounds, round,
So what we
round.
saw yesterday is, can you please mute yourself, please, because my Zoom I couldn't go to this particular place where I can mute. Guys, please switch on your video but switch off your audio. Mute yourself and unmute whenever you want to speak. Okay. So uh, let's quickly recap what we saw yesterday. So one is we saw projects. Each project has its own purpose. Say, for example, if you want to create an Instagram post, it is the purpose. If you want to create a Facebook post, it's a different purpose. If you want to create a poster, it's a different purpose. If you want to create a YouTube thumbnail, that's a different purpose. Each purpose will have its own size, and we don't have to remember the size. We just have to click on the purpose and Rajesh, welcome back. We just started. You are on time. So, yeah. So that is the purpose, and we saw how to make use of the templates. Templates are the predefined designs done by professionals, and we just have to drag and drop the designs into our canvas, and we can edit the images, we can edit the text, we can change the color, we can do everything about it. Okay, this templates we saw. Second thing we saw is the text. Text is very easy. We can click on the text and change the color of the text, change the font size, everything. And photos, we saw that there are two ways of using the photos in Canva. One is called uploads, which are the photos uploaded by us. So we can keep adding photos to it, and there is no limit. We can keep uploading as many images as possible, as we wish. And second is this stock library, online library that Canva itself provides. So we can search for any images, let's say running or anything. There will be a lot of stock images, free one and also paid one. We can just drag and drop and use it. Okay, so we saw these things. And besides this, we saw something called elements, which is very important. In elements, first and foremost thing we saw is the photo grids. Photo grids are preset designed photo containers. We can drag and drop the photo containers, and inside the containers, we can drag and drop the photo we want, like this. And boom, we have a photo collage, which we can use it for different purpose. Whether we want to create a photo collage or Instagram post or any posters, we can use this photo grids. Photo grids is one of the elements. Second we saw is the shapes. Shapes are different kind of predefined shapes, as you see that it is square, rectangle, circle, everything. So these are very flexible and very versatile, useful for us. So if we have to place some text in the bottom, we can place it, resize it as we want, and place text over it. Okay, it's that as simple but very, very versatile. Okay, so cool. So this is one thing. And apart from that, in elements, there is a circle and other shapes where we can use it for some highlighting text also. So we can drag and drop the shape. And place a text over this. Okay. Cool. So this is the quick recap. From this, we can download the image by page, or we can download multiple pages. And we have to, most of the time, we have to download it as PNG. Why I say most of the time, I will explain it later. There will be some times where we have to download it as movie also. Sometimes we have to download it as PDF also. Okay. So these are the things that we saw yesterday. Anything? Okay, cool. Now, what we will do is in elements, we will, any questions so far? I just very quickly recapped what we saw yesterday. Is there any question or shall we proceed?
Yeah. So yesterday you asked me to remind you about the infographics.
Correct. Infographics is a separate topic. We will go immediately after we finish this.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Any other questions regarding what we saw yesterday? We are good? People? Am I? Hello?
All good, Vijayan.
Good, Vijayan. We were muted, that's why.
Oh, okay, cool. Super. So see, this is why I am repeatedly doing is it is not because I am familiar with this, I am doing fast. If you do 2 or 3, believe me, if you do 3 posters or 3 designs, it will be like that for you. You don't, it's very easy and very efficient. So don't hesitate or think that it is for professional. It's super duper easy. Okay, fine. So what we will do is we'll proceed with elements. Another thing is about the elements is, see, all kind of icons are available in elements. So say for example, I have to look for some yoga posters. See, these kind of illustrations are available. So I will quickly create a poster for yoga. So I'm doing it very fast, but stop me if you don't understand. It's pretty simple though. Okay, I go drag this.
Some of those yoga images were like a GIF, so it will come as a GIF also, is it? We can do that.
Good question. If there is, that's why I told you. If it is a moving images, if it is a animated images, it is you have to download it as a video.
Oh.
Okay, so we will see that. Yeah, that's a good question. So we will see that now. See, say for example, I will show you right away. See, you see this kind of stickers which are kind of moving. It's called animated images. If you use any kind of animated images, you have to download this as a video instead of PNG. Okay, say for example, I am drag and dropping this animated image which has a motion. Okay, so this I am calling it as run and yoga. Okay, so now run and yoga, I am downloading it as MP4, which is a video. Okay, so now I download this. Yeah, it's downloaded. See, it's a video. I'm playing it. See, you see the animation? Yeah. So this is the purpose of any kind of animated icon. Okay, cool. So we will continue with our yoga poster. So what I do is I go search for yoga photos. One photo. Second photo. Okay. And I look for a shape. Okay. So here, if I want, let's say I am going to put a phone number, I can look for an icon which is phone kind of an icon. Say I can drag and drop this one here. Okay. And I can have a text next to it. So you're getting it. So this kind of icons, there are several icons available in the elements. Okay, so I will just show you some samples. Say for example, if you want YouTube kind of an icon, YouTube is there. See, Indian flag is there. Sun, clouds, leaves, any kind of things, and you name it, it's available. Okay, this will be very helpful when you're designing. So in these kind of elements, you can search for that particular name and you will get it. Okay. Cool. So quickly, I will say if there is an animated image, you have to download it as a video and upload it to the social media. Okay, now let's get into the how to create infographics. Infographics, as you all know, it is a visual representation of any data, and it is very attention grabbing. If you're any kind of a business owner, if you're a digital marketer or even Ragesh, doctors, anyone, you can make use of infographics so well. Instead of just giving some random, not random numbers, instead of saying some numbers, if you visually represent using infographics, it will be very eye-catchy one, and it will be well communicated instead of just saying the numbers. Okay, so there are multiple ways of creating a infographics. So we will look at one by one. Can anyone say who for whom it will be useful infographics?
Anyone who is doing a presentation?
Okay. Any purpose?
Corporate presentation.
Marketing.
Yeah, so marketing, sales, or anything to do with numbers.
Correct.
And yeah.
Super. Okay. So if you go to elements, there is a separate section called charts. Okay, there you will find n number of charts, basically, pie charts, bar charts, the statistics. I'm not very well versed with the name of the chart, but whatever, all different kind of charts are available. So the thing is, you have to drag and drop the chart, and you see the edit on top left. Click on it, and everything that is available is editable. Okay, so for example, what can we give?
Show, please.
I'm sorry?
Can you do it again, man?
Sure. See, it's simple. You go to elements. In elements, there is a separate section called charts. In the charts, you will find all kind of charts. Choose the chart that you want and drag and drop it. Okay, and once the chart is placed, you go to edit on the top left. It's a small button, edit, and all the parameters that are seen is shown as a table, rows and columns. So let's say I want year 2001, year 2002, year 2003, year 2004, year 2005. Okay. So like this, you can edit it completely. And of course, all the parameters also you will be able to change and accordingly as see, for example, if I change 14 to 24, the bar will change accordingly. Okay. And another thing is notice there is on the top left, there is something in the list which will display all kinds of charts. So what we are using is stacked bar chart. You can change it into a row chart. You can change it into a line chart. You can change it into a pie chart also. Okay. So just in a click of the button, you will be able to change it totally. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So we have to put the whatever chart we want, whatever what is this infographic we want onto the screen, and then we have to click on that chart thing, is it, to change it?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It's very simple. You choose the chart and change the parameters. And once you change the parameter, also you can change the type of chart. Say, for example, I am done with this, but suddenly on the second thought, I decide instead of a row chart, I want a pie chart. You can click on this and the same parameters will be changed into pie chart. Okay. Okay. So infographics can be done with multiple ways. So one is what we saw is using the elements. And second is there are so many infographics templates itself. So see, if in the templates, if you look for infographics, there are several infographics. So you can click on it and you see there are so many predefined templates, not just charts, any visual representation. It is amazing if you're into some kind of this kind of data represented in a visual manner. This is a gold mine for you. You can choose any one, and of course the whole design is editable, customizable. Okay. So you can change everything like this. Okay. So this is another way of doing the infographics. Okay. Finally, if you are a very advanced user and you want to create a great advanced infographics, there is another totally full-fledged way of doing the infographics. I will just show you. It's easy, but this is for very, maybe a pro on infographics kind of a thing. So create a graph now. It's a step-by-step wizard. It's very easy. See, it will give you all kind of graphs. Bar graph,
Good, yeah.
comparison chart, fishbone diagram, decision tree, flow chart, line graph, pie chart, process flow, everything is available. So in that, if you click on anything, so let's say you want a decision tree. For decision tree, there will be n number of templates. You can click on that. And that, of course, is completely customizable. Cool. So likewise, there are so many options. Of course, I will be sharing this PPT with this link, so you can use this link if you want to create any advanced any kind of graph like SWOT analysis, strategy, a fishbone. These are very few things that I know. Maybe you might know more. Gantt chart for project management, mind map is there, decision tree is there. So all kind of these kind of infographics can be created. Okay, cool. I will quickly recap infographics. There are 3 ways of creating infographics. One is simplest way is using the elements. You can click on the charts and you can select the bar or whatever you want and you can edit the data. This is one way of doing it. Second way of doing it is, if you looking for a template, you can look for infographics templates. There will be a lot of templates. From this templates, you can select one and you can customize it. However, if you are a very advanced user, there is a step-by-step wizard available and you can use this link for this advanced way of creating an infographic. Okay, cool. So apart from that, if you are even more infographic, what do you call, a pro person, there are other tools apart from Canva. It is one thing I would strongly recommend is called Pick2Chart. PIK to chart, and there is another one called Infogram. These are 2 excellent tools. And Pick2Chart, I think it is most of the features are free to create infographics, and it is a dedicated tool for creating infographics. Okay, cool. Enough of infographics, I think. Cool.
Nice. Loads to explore, actually.
I'm sorry, Rakesh?
Loads to explore. I said it's very nice. I never knew Canva has got so much, depth in the infographic space. So almost like
correct.
a, project management tool.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Now what we will do is we will get on to how to create YouTube thumbnail images. Have any one of you done created a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've done.
Anyone else? No one else, is it?
Yeah, Dr. Pradeep Shilpa says yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
okay.
done one, but it didn't come out well because I didn't know how to do it properly. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Cool. Fine. So anyway, see, YouTube is not like another social media. It is more like a website by itself. Why do I say this is? YouTube is the second largest search engine, and as days goes by, people are using more and more YouTube to search for some kind of information, right? So if they want some kind of a solution to the problem that they have, instead of going to Google, they are directly going. I'm saying they, but it includes us also, right? See, if I want to know some information, I don't go to Google. I directly go to YouTube and search for step by
Correct.
step stuff, right? So YouTube is becoming
Yep.
bigger and bigger by days, and we cannot ignore YouTube. It is not like Pinterest or LinkedIn or Facebook or an Instagram. It is a must. And another major important difference between YouTube and other social media is social media. Say, for example, if you have an Instagram something, you do a post. If you have 100 followers, it will go only to not even 10% of the 100 followers, right? Whereas YouTube is more like a ocean. Anyone who is searching for it, if you have done your video well, and if you have optimized the search engine also, it can reach n number of people. And there is no, the shelf life of post that you do in Instagram or Facebook is very short. Whereas the video that you upload in YouTube is, there is no end to it. It is lifelong. As long as it is relevant, YouTube is going to suggest your video, and the view will, as day go by, it will be keep on increasing. So YouTube is something that you cannot ignore. It's like a must to have thing. So if you are if you guys, because you are a business owners, please start creating YouTube videos. It is very important. Having said that, YouTube, see, you search for something. Let's say I want how to make pasta. If I search, at least 10 results will come, right? In that, how do we decide which video to watch? Our eyes goes on the thumbnail image, which is very attractive, right? We go look at that, and of course we look at the timing also. If it is a too lengthy video, we don't prefer it. If it is a short video, we prefer it. But the next selection criteria, or if not the first selection criteria, is the attractiveness of the thumbnail. If it is very clear and if it conveys the message very clearly, we click on that video, right? So if you are into YouTube video, it is very, very, very crucial to create thumbnail. Otherwise, it will, even though your video is great, even though you have done search engine optimization, if the thumbnail image is not attractive, people will not click on it. And that will kind of send a wrong signal to Google/YouTube, saying that it is not an interesting video. So if you are into YouTube, your thumbnail image is very, very, very crucial. Okay. So what are the elements in thumbnail? Is very simple. There is text and there is a photo. What we are going to do is we will look at how to create thumbnail image. We will create a new one itself. Okay. So what we can do is, in the search bar, we can search for YouTube thumbnail image. Okay. Let's create a blank template. One second. So what I will do is I will search for recipes. Okay, there are so many recipes. whichever I find attractive, I am dragging and dropping it here. Okay, cool. So I have chosen four templates. Okay, now I will look for pasta photos in the library. Sorry. Okay, so I replace this image. And send this back. And I can change this color, of course. Okay, same way we can, change the text and change the image. Okay, that's as simple. I will call it as how make pasta in 5 minutes without garlic and onion.
Vijayan, is it
Yes,
audible?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Vijayan, Anurag here had a doubt.
Yes, Anurag.
This image which you have put in, pasta image, can you just do that again? Because I just wanted to see how it went behind the frame, not on the top.
Oh, okay. Sure. See, any element, you can, in terms of z-axis, you can keep it forward or backward. See, now it is in the background, backward, right? So you can right click and bring it forward. Okay. And if you bring it further backward, further forward, it will replace. See, now, Anurag, please pay attention. See, now, in terms of z-axis, this photo is in the first layer, is the topmost layer, correct? So right click, and if you send it backwards, it is going one layer backward, and again send backward, it is going another one layer backward, like this, so on and so forth. If you want this image to be in the last layer, you can use send to back. So this will be the bottommost layer. Okay, so right click and say send to backward or send to forward. Okay, so that is all it is. So same way you can select the template. If you have taken a photo of your recipe, you can upload it. Or if you want to search for stock images, you can drag and drop and you can change it. Okay, cool. So 1 second. Cool. Just give me a second. I will change my internet. It's kind of unstable. Okay. I'm back. Cool. So I'll be making a YouTube video on how to create YouTube thumbnails. So I will share you all the videos with a detailed tips on how to create thumbnail images. So that is one thing. So you can have a look. So this is a very quick overview of how to create YouTube thumbnails. Okay. Now we will look at how to create promotional posters and Facebook ads, which are very important for us who are entrepreneurs, because these two things are very important for us. So let's look at first how to create a Facebook ad banner. So I go to the home page, and as usual, we can search for Facebook ad. Except Anurag, have any one of you run a Facebook ad? Ragesh, have you run a Facebook ad?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. See, Facebook ad, it is very, very important on the image, because we are spending so much money on the ad. If the image is not attractive, we will end up losing the money. And another thing about the Facebook ad is, please look at the screen now, slide. See, one thing about Facebook ad is the image should be very, very attractive and it should convey the message immediately. Okay, for that, what you have to do is choose the image which is both attractive and also convey the message. Okay, say for example, if you want to run an ad for, let's say, yoga. So find a photo which is very attractive, attention grabbing, and also it should convey what kind of yoga you are doing. So that is one thing. And second is, see, this is not explicitly said by Facebook, but we have to understand this very importantly, that Facebook has a rule called 20% text rule. Meaning, in your ad banner, your text should occupy only 20% of the space. Okay. In the overall image, I'm repeating, your text should occupy only 20% of the space. If in case if it goes high, Facebook will not stop your ad. Instead, the efficiency of your Facebook ad will come down. Meaning, say for example, if you are paying 100 rupees per click, you will end up paying 100 rupees, but instead of one click, it will be half a click. Meaning, I will rephrase it. Say, for example, you pay 1,000 rupees to reach to 1,000 people. Okay. If your text is so much, instead of reaching 1,000 people, it will reach only 500 people. But Facebook will not tell you the reason because there is so much of text. Sometimes it will give us a tip on the side, but anyway, Facebook wants to make money. It will keep on, charging you. So the best way is to use as less text as possible, and you have to check whether it is around 20% in the space. So I will send you this link. This Facebook has a tool to check whether your text is okay, low, mid, or high. What does it mean is, if it is 20% text, it will say okay. If it is lower than that, it will say lower. If it is medium, it is 30%, 40%, it will say medium. And if it is more than 50%, it will say high. By this, you can check how efficient your Facebook ad image is. Okay. So that is one thing that we have to remember if we have to create an image for Facebook. And very, very, very similar kind of a rule for Google images also. So any ad image where you are running an ad, text should be less and the image should be very attractive. These two things, if you blindly remember and do it, your ad cost will be efficient. Okay, cool. So this, I don't have to talk much. We already know how to do all these things. So we have to drag and drop a template which is good, change the photo, change the text, and text, have it just as a, don't look for grammatical sentence formation, just clearly specify a text which is very attractive. That's all it's needed. Okay, cool. And since you guys are into business, so I will explain what is the difference between an ad banner and a promotional poster. See, ad banner is for Google or Facebook ads. Okay, we are going to pay Facebook or Google to run the ad. So ad banners is very different from promotional posters. Promotional posters, I'm sure all of you should have used it. Say, for example, you have scheduled a workshop, or you are going to conduct a yoga class, or you want to sell a product or a service. You will create a poster, and this poster, you will either print it or share it in WhatsApp or do a Instagram post. These are all promotional posters. Okay. So Facebook ad banners, like we saw, the image should be attention grabbing and the less text should be only 20%. Okay. Whereas the promotional posters, you can have little more text, but again, we should not overdo this. Meaning, say, for example, you have a yoga program schedule. So you can have, let's say you are going to conduct a Surya Namaskar. You can place a photo of someone doing your Surya Namaskar. You can say Surya Namaskar and you can highlight 1 or 2 points of benefits of Surya Namaskar. And that's it. Maybe contact number or something like that. Do not overdo this. I have seen many people doing this mistake of, placing the, date, time, phone number, place, Bangalore, pin code, everything they will write in the poster, which will make the whole poster so cluttered and the whole objective will be defeated. So promotional posters, just look for 1 or 2 photos and place some text which is eye catchy, which will be most likely it should be benefits of attending that program or benefits of the service or product, and that's it. The advantage is with less text, it looks less cluttered, and other advantages, you can reuse this poster every time you schedule a yoga program or a workshop or anything. Say, for example, if you have already typed 10th February 5 p.m., next time March you are conducting a program, again you have to sit and edit the poster, right? So please don't do that. So have less text in the poster, but it should be very eye-catchy. Okay, this is the difference between a Facebook um, Facebook ad and a what you called promotional poster. See, I have done this for some simple thing. I will send you this samples of this thing. I will finish designing it and send it to you. Okay, are we good so far? We are halfway through today's session.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
Can you add small clips to the Canva posters or flyers, like a small video,
Um,
like the animated thing that you added? Can you add a small clip?
yes, you can add.
How do you do that? If you have to get it out from the Google and place it on the flyer, and so when let's say when somebody sees it, they can see a video playing there.
See, if see, you can create animated poster, but not a full-fledged video. Okay, if you want to create a full-fledged video, Canva is not the tool. You can use a video editor itself. But like how we saw, we can create some small kind of, animated images. Or small clips, of course, you can add.
Okay. If you also go to the grid, the sections that you showed us, like you can create 2 pictures or 3 pictures. Can you can you customize that to any which way you want? Like, let's say, for example, I might want a half a circle of a picture and 2 or 3 pictures in rectangle. The grid I'm talking about. This one here. So this is a fixed template, isn't it? So if I have about, say, 6 or 7 images I want to put on a flyer, and also a little bit of text just for each picture, then how do I go about that? I mean, let's say these are rectangle or square. If I want something to be circle, triangle or half cut into, in the middle of the flyer itself, I may cut it half. Just like customizing it to fit some pictures together. Let's say for example, you have a collage of all pictures. They may not fit exactly into that square box. Some may be distorted, some may be square, some may be round. So how can we do that?
See, I don't get your question totally, but I will try to explain, and let's see whether I answered your question. See, one thing you asked is, can I have a circle kind of an image? Okay.
No.
For that,
yeah.
So for that, there is something in the elements. You see frames.
Yeah.
There are other shapes of photo containers. you see there are so many varieties. Say for example, here there is a on the right side you see a template where there is no photo. I want to insert a photo. I can drag and drop this
Yeah.
photo container, which is circle, and I can drag and drop
Yeah.
my photo into it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is one way of doing it. Okay. And answering another question, see in a poster, 2 images are good. Maximum you can have 3. If you have more than 3, it will look cluttered.
Yeah, but if I want to have more than 3 or let's say 5 or 6 images,
Hmm.
and I
Okay.
don't want them in rectangular or square shape. I want to
Okay.
customize some to whichever shape I want. Is that possible?
What kind of shape? I mean, see, either you see photos are always either square or rectangular, right? So see, otherwise let's do this. See, you can do this, and you can have any number of photos like this. Drag and drop. You see what I'm doing? So you can, you
Yeah.
are free to use
Yeah.
any kind of this thing. No,
So
if you
this is a
don't
blank
want,
template that you have taken from somewhere.
yes, correct. So you can keep adding any number of photos like this. Are you following what I'm doing? I'm not explaining, sorry, but
Yeah. No, that's
so,
fine.
you can do this. There is no restriction that way.
Okay. So you can have the text in between them and
Oh
okay.
yeah, correct. It's completely flexible. It means sky is the limit. There is no limitations here. You can place now.
May I
You can
ask you
place
a very
a,
basic question? When you open the Canva, is this the page that you get when you open a Canva, like the application?
what do you mean? I didn't get you.
So you have this application Canva, right?
Application. What do you mean by application? Mobile, is it?
She's saying how does the home page look? Does this, so this is
Ah,
not the
see,
home page. This is in the elements part. You have to go inside.
So when you go to Canva and you go to home,
okay, we are in the home page. Yeah.
okay, so when you want to create a design, you click on that purple button, create a design.
Okay.
She wants to know how you got there.
Yeah.
Which end?
Yeah. Okay. So see, go to home page. I mean canva.com.
Yeah.
And top right, create design.
Yeah.
And in the search, you can type what you want to create.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Otherwise, in the search itself, you can directly start searching for a design.
Okay.
Vijayan, I think where the confusion is. Yeah, Vijayan.
Yes, Rajesh.
Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, so I think where the confusion is when you are toggling between different screens, two different types of screens appear. One is this, the front end, and the other one which looks like a back end. Okay. So I think probably can you just go into one of the inside ones where you have all the tools on the left hand side?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So this is one interface. where you create everything.
Correct.
And the other one I think is the home, right? When you click on the home, you go outside, but you're still logged in, but you are getting the outside part. So I think this is what is creating confusion.
Okay.
And
Sure.
do you save all these posters, flyers in Canva itself? You have a folder there where you can just
Automatically gets saved is what I understand.
Yes.
Isn't it, Vijayan?
Yes, it gets automatically saved.
So if I have to look for any poster which I have done earlier, where do I go?
See, okay. Now I understand your question. See, one is let's go. I will close all the windows. You will see one by one.
Mr. Vijayan, you'll share detailed PPT as to how we should go and all that, no? And then for Instagram, how it should be, and then that for that YouTube video, how it should be.
Correct.
Text
Whatever
and stuff like that you were talking.
Yes. I will share the PPT.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. So, okay, let's.
Will this session also be shared with us as recording?
The recording, is it? Yes.
I mean, will it be on a Google Drive where we can refer to if we have to go back and check what you did?
Correct. Yes.
On your Google Drive.
Not in Google Drive. I will upload in YouTube and send it to you. You can watch it there.
All right. Thank you so much.
Super. Okay. Let's. I mean, I didn't know that this is where the question was coming from. See, once you go to home page in Canva, it will first and foremost thing it will show is your designs. You see your designs. In your designs, it will show all the projects that you have created. Okay. And you see all a small link that appears in the right side. If you click on that, it will show all the designs that you have, all the projects that you have already created. Okay, this is why naming the project is important. Say, for example, yesterday we created a project called ABCD Quote and Poster. Okay, this is one thing that we created. And we also created a pasta YouTube thumbnail, right? And we have also created something called for instead of infographics, we have created this one, correct? So when I click, let's say I want to open this project called Quote and Poster, which we created yesterday. Once I place the mouse over it, it will automatically scroll and show all the pages inside the project. Okay. So now if I click on it, it opens a new window, and in the new window, it will show the project with all the pages inside it. Hope this clarifies all the questions. Right? Home page is different and the inner page of every project is different. Now you scroll down, all the pages that we did yesterday is there, correct? So these are the things that we did yesterday, right? Kalpana, is it clear now?
Yes, Vijayan. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Glad it answered your question. So if you want to go to home back, you click on this home again. It will again, of course, go to your home page and it will show all the projects here. One second, my internet is kind of slow. Okay, cool. So let's get back to our thing. Okay, we will quickly recap what we saw today, and we will get on to the next part of this thing. So we saw elements. In elements, we saw shapes, we saw photo grids, and we also saw icons. And we next we saw if there is an animated image, we have to download it as a video file. Okay, and we got into infographics. Infographics, we saw charts, and we also saw infographic templates, and we also looked at how advanced way of creating infographics. Okay, so then we saw YouTube thumbnail, how to should be done, and finally we saw how to create a promotional posters, and what is the difference between a Facebook ad banner and promotional posters. Okay, cool. We are now coming to the last part of the program. Apart from Canva, there are several excellent design tools. Simple tools, but it will be very useful for us. So we will look at it one by one. And yeah, first and foremost thing is, see, if you have noticed in Instagram or Telegram and in certain social media, only smileys are available, but not lot of emoji icons are not available, right? So for these kind of situations, and say for example, if you put smiley in one social media platform, the same smiley, if you copy paste the text and place it elsewhere, either the smiley is lost or the smiley is very different. Instead of maybe a smiley, some other icon appears. Have you encountered such situations?
Yeah.
Am I making myself
Yes,
clear?
all the time.
Okay, cool. So for this, there is something called Emojipedia. It is a website where this is standard Unicode is maintained, and you can search for these kind of emojis which are supported in iOS, Android, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Chrome OS, everything, you name it. So the beauty is you can search for any kind of emoji characters. I will show it to you. Yes. Okay, so it is called emojipedia.org. So let's.
Hello.
Is someone attending a phone call? Can you please mute yourself? Okay, so let's say I want a computer. Okay, it will show all kind of computer icons, and I click on it, and it will show the icon, and there is a copy button here. You press copy. Now the text is copied. Okay, so now wherever I go, let's say I go to, one second. Let's say I go to WhatsApp. In our group, this is computer icon copied from emojipedia.org. Okay, like this, you can search for any kind of you can look for exclamation, you can look for smiley, you can search for anything. There will be n number of options available, and from there, see there is a exclamation mark like that. So you can copy it and place it. Okay. So like this, this is very useful when you are creating, particularly if you have done Facebook ads. See, this is on the right side of this, you see a Facebook ad. Actually, it's a Facebook ad. In Facebook ad, generally, they will not allow emoji, I mean, any kind of smileys. However, using this emojipedia.org, you can copy the icons, paste it here, and your Facebook ad will become much more presentable and much more interesting than just regular running text. Okay, this is cool, no?
It's very useful.
Cool. So like this, I have placed the sample. See, the same text copy pasted as a Facebook ad and also paste it as a WhatsApp. Okay, so this is one thing. There is another website called getmoji.com also, but Emojipedia is much more popular and very standard, so you can use Emojipedia alone. Okay, this is just as a backup I'm giving. Second thing, you might know, but some people might not know. So WhatsApp, you can format WhatsApp in a very nice way, because WhatsApp for business people like us, WhatsApp is not just for friends and relatives, it is for our business communication also. So WhatsApp, as you know, we use a lot of text, but if it is not properly formatted, it looks very boring and it looks very monotonous. So for that, if you combine this WhatsApp formatting and if you can use the Emojipedia icons also, your WhatsApp text will become very interesting. Okay, so what can be done is, with certain special characters, you can use italics, bold, strike, and monospace. I will show you. See, if you have to make it bold, you have to use asterisk starting and end of the sentence. And if you want to use italics, use underscore, and so on and so forth. I will just give an example in our page, in our WhatsApp this thing. So see, this is not bold. So if I want to make it bold, I use asterisk. This is bold. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, it becomes bold. Same way, if you use underscore, this is it becomes italicized. Okay, this most of you guys might know. I mean, some of you might have not known this, or anyone it's a new thing to you. Did you learn this today?
Yeah, I was not aware.
What is this monospace?
Monospace is new.
Yeah,
but I
what is
know I can-
monospace? The other three I knew.
Yeah, same
Monospace,
here.
I don't know.
See, monospace is, I will show you the sample so you can. Monospace is some, I don't know whether you can see this. See how ABCD is written. It is just a spaced text.
Okay. Got it.
That's all it is. No,
Putting a
no
little
major difference.
space in between the characters.
Correct. Okay. So, I mean, why I'm saying this is with Emojipedia and also WhatsApp formatting, you can make your WhatsApp text very interesting. Otherwise, if it is just text flowing, it will be boring and it will not be eye catchy. Okay, this is number 2. Number 3 is, see, these days we have to do a lot to get the viewer's attention. One simple way to get their attention is to use GIF icons. What is GIF is? GIF is some kind of a small animation which are supposed to be video clips, which is converted into a moving images. So what can be done is, instead of we creating a video, there's a website called jiffy.com. There, it's more like, memes. You can look for some funny, weird stuff, and you can use that in your social media post. You can use it in your Facebook group, everywhere. Okay. So let's say I search for something called welcome. See, there are so many funny, eye-catchy stuff. See, this is funny. Austin Powers, welcome. Or see, this guy is dancing. So what you can do is, you can copy the link and you can use this in your Facebook or any kind of social media, whichever supports your GIF icon. If I just paste the link, that appears here as a GIF. So if you click on this GIF, the animation will start. Okay, so instead of we sitting and creating the memes, we can, these are all already created kind of a small interesting memes, so we can copy paste this. Okay, so this is,
So we can copy paste an entire GIF like that. There is no copyright issue or anything.
no, not at all. There is no copyright issues because it is created by someone and it is uploaded in the jiffy.com. So it is just a few fraction of second video. So there is no copyright issues.
Okay. Thank you.
How do we take it? This is nothing to do with Canva, right? This is separate, outside Canva.
All this, yeah, correct. All these last few things that we are seeing, Rajesh, is nothing to do with Canva.
Okay.
So, yeah, all you have to do is select the GIF icon. See, let's say, can you give some other situation? Say, okay, let's say I want something called laugh. Okay, there are so many funny steps coming. So I select this man laughing. My internet is slow. Finally he's laughing. So go to copy link and you can select this GIF link and the link is copied. This link you can use it in your Facebook group, or any other social media. This time. So in this you can copy paste, and this GIF will appear here. Okay, cool. So this is just to spice up the whole thing. Okay, so you can search for it, and if of course you can download this as a video also. So if you are creating a video, and in between the video, if you are if you are cracking a joke, and while you are cracking a joke, if you want to play some this kind of funny stuff, you can download this as a video, and you can include this GIF inside the video also. Okay. And the next tool that we are going to see is, see, there will be many number of situations where we take photo and our photo looks good, but the background is crappy. So, and we need to make a cutout of our photo. So for that, using Photoshop is a very complicated thing. So for that, there is something called remove.bg, which is a very easy and free tool. So what we can do is, if we have a photo, I will look for a photo. Let's take our hero Bruce Lee. So I'm opening the photo. See, Bruce Lee photo is there, but I need a cutout of the person alone. I don't want the background. That's our objective. So we can go to remove.bg and drag and drop this photo into it. So it will quickly scan and remove all the background, and only the cutout is given.
Oh, so cool. So nicely
super
it is
cool.
done.
Yeah, see, in just fraction of a second, it will detect the background and it will cut and give the clip alone. So now we can click the download. Bruce Lee, now we have the Bruce Lee. See, now Bruce Lee without the backdrop. It's a cutout.
Sir. Hello.
Okay.
Vijay, can you just go back and show it again?
Sure, sir. So I will take another photo. Maybe I will see if I have a photo of mine. See, many a times we will have our own photos, but
you can add a background also, is it like that only?
Once you create a cutout, you can add it to any kind of a background. I will show you.
So you have to bring it back to Canva and then add background, is it?
Correct. Yes. Correct.
Achha.
So say for example, I have a photo of mine where there's a backdrop. So what I do is I drag this photo and place it into this website called remove.bg. So now the photo is being scanned and boom.
Wow, this is super cool and so nicely it is done. I don't think you can get it done so nicely in Photoshop also.
Exactly. and it is so instant, like in seconds it's done. And say for example, in case if your even the artificial intelligence has not done a good job, you can slightly tweak it. You can click on edit and you can erase the
any part which is like outside.
Say for example, my hair here is slightly out. I can
We go to background.
Okay. Now,
Very fancy this is.
Vijayan, can we not avoid this textures also backside?
Background.
Full white.
Avoid
full white.
what,
No,
sir?
that is actually white. It's
Hello.
The check shows that it is a transparent background. It's not checked, it's a transparent background.
Sir, will you send this videos?
What do you mean? Whatever we are doing now, recorded videos.
Yeah.
Of course, it's getting recorded. I will upload it in YouTube and send it to you.
Okay, sir.
That link will be sent to us, no?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Super. Thank you. We are learning what is needed.
Super. Awesome. I'm so glad. So see now my photo with the cutout. Now this photo can be added like you asked. I will quickly create a design. Let's say I have this design. In this design, if I want to place my photo, I can upload the cutout that we have created. Okay. Now I drag and drop. See now it is part of this image, and whatever backdrop is there, it's a transparent thing. Clear? So any backdrop is there, now that will become the backdrop. See what I'm doing? Cool. Now you see the application part of it, meaning the usage part of it. Cool. So this is called remove.bg. You can upload your photo, remove the backdrop, and download it as PNG file. Okay, super. So now let's quickly recap. So we saw Emojipedia. Emojipedia is a Unicode icon. You can search for any kind of icon, copy that and use it in WhatsApp or Facebook, any place, and it will be universal. One. And we saw WhatsApp formatting. You all know that. And third is Giphy.com. Giphy.com is for some kind of animated funny images. You can use it to spice up your, whether it's a social media post or anything, you can use it, or you can use it as a small video clip inside your YouTube video or anything like that. And finally, we saw how to create a clip cutout of your photo, removing the background. The website name is called remove.bg. Using that, you can create a clip. So that is it. Any question? Otherwise, we can close this one. Any questions so far?
Nothing. We need to practice. That's it. We need to train and practice.
Cool. Okay. So what we will do is, I will share the screen for a second. So see, the best way to practice this is you can create some kind of a greetings and start sharing with your prospects and customers. So you can take up some kind of occasion like we saw yesterday, or you can start creating social media posts. So these are anytime. So whatever we have seen, please do not, if you don't practice, what I'm trying to say is, if you do not practice now, it will get evaporated from your brain. And so it's best to, I mean, take up some kind of a situation. You can create a greeting, or you can create a social media post and practice this. If you have any questions, please do ask. And whatever you are creating, please make use of the WhatsApp group. You share it in the WhatsApp group so that others can also give the feedback and you can improvise it. And of course, I will give my technical and artistic inputs on the whole thing. So please make use of the WhatsApp group also.
So we can continue to keep in touch with you and request you for any support after, after the next 1 week and 10 days also.
See, I'm so glad you asked, Shilpa, because see, my thing is, we are just beginning, meaning I have taught you something, but I know that you are in a very beginning stage. So please do not hesitate to ask questions anytime, not just for 10 days or anything.
Oh, super.
Whenever you are creating a design or anything, please post it in the WhatsApp group and please do ask. It is not like there is no expiry date to it.
Okay, super. Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a very, very, very informative and lovely class. I'm so glad I attended. Thank you very much, Vijayan sir.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad it is helping you.
Excellent class. Yeah. And you're so good, such a good teacher.
Oh, thank you. That's a great compliment.
No. You're so very patiently, you answered all of us and very patiently you told us everything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Most welcome.
I second that. And I think, Vijayan, you should be, inviting us for more classes like this. The next thing that we would like to know about is editing a video, so you could actually
first I think taking video also I need to learn. After that next is editing.
Same. But Vijayan, I mean, what we could do is you could actually have a course kind of once a week, get us through, to do this, because once we leave and split, we are going to be busy with so many activities. So if we just keep continuing and take small projects, and if you
can
could
you give some example, or how do you want to design?
So what we can do is we can do a practical class next week, probably if you're free, and you could charge us for that. We can have once a week class, and there, as you're doing, we will also do on our and that will give us a good hand, because here on our own we're going to be baffled, going back, referring and stuff. But if we have your hand, going on with the practical aspect of it, that would really help, and it will be an ongoing training. Something that you are, we can see how we can do it once a week.
Okay, that's a good info. That's actually a good idea. So what we will do is, in fact, I was about to say that, see, I want to give you a bonus, which is a design basics, like foundation of the designs. Once you are familiar with Canva, one thing that will set you apart is if you have a strong foundation on the graphics, meaning like how to choose a color, how to choose a complementary color, how to choose a shape, what is contrast, how to use fonts. All these things are design basics. I have condensed it into 5 major sections. So I actually thought of recording that and giving it as a bonus. But now that you have brought it up, what we can do is we can have it as a live session itself, and you all can participate. and you can learn that, and we can create some kind of a design also.
Yes, yes, that is very, very good idea. I am signing up right now. You please add my name. This is excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Super. Then let's do. I was planning to have a recorded session and sharing it with you as a free bonus, but now that you brought it up, we can have it as a live. That is in fact better. We can all go through some kind of a learning, and then followed by that we can have a group session of having.
Yeah, I think like that other madam suggested, I think 1 week we will practice, and then next week you can have that design foundation class. So at least little bit we will have some idea by then, and then it'll be easy for us to take it forward. For you also, it'll be easy to teach us.
Super.
What we could do, Vijayan, is take small projects. Let's say
Yeah, correct.
we can take a very small flyer or a greeting card, a birthday greeting card or something. Like really, none of us comes from an IT background, and the way you explain, it's for a layman who could understand. You are technical, but we are not. But you could understand
Correct.
our challenge where we come from. But we can take baby projects like really small, like the greeting card, and especially what happens when you are off and we are off. Whether that will happen or no is not a guarantee, but when you are there, we could have another laptop or something. We could watch you doing, we could do our own thing, and then we could do this together. Every week we can advance it to a point where we add two more features to every card that we make, or poster or a flyer.
Yeah, this is very, very good idea, Kalpana madam. We will do like that. It is very good idea.
Yeah, I think that ongoing thing is very important. This can go on till we get a handle of it, and we have a good we become like you.
Super. Okay, let's do that then. That's a good input. So let's do that then. In fact, that will be very interactive, and it will have its own group dimension.
Sorry. Shall we fix on a time already?
Okay, sure. I will do one thing. I will post it in. 1 second. I have to look at my calendar.
Okay, you look at your calendar and then let us know what is your.
Whether do you prefer weekday or weekend?
Weekdays.
Weekdays,
how about every
right?
Yeah, this time is good.
Good. Okay.
For me, it's fine.
Okay, Vijayan. Vijayan.
Afternoon also is fine. After lunch also is fine.
Can I take a leave?
Yes, sir. We are done.
Yeah.
Then what we'll do is I will look at the calendar and post it in the WhatsApp group. So
yeah. You please post it. I also need to leave. I have another meeting now. That's why. Yeah.
Sure.
All of us are stepping out for another meeting. But Vijayan, it was wonderful. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Super
so
class.
Nice of you.
Super class.
Thank you so much.
You are a good human being. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm so overwhelmed by the response. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.